Hello there, Global Trainer Syndicate. I am TbirdGT500, and what I may lack for a poor video size on your screen, I will hopefully make up for in charisma. And I may stop there and try to catch myself. I do apologize, but quite frankly, I've seen other people doing it. And really, that's why I am doing this. I have seen many people in the Global Trainer Syndicate and in their own channels make these videos. I've seen the likes of NBZ, Shofu, Flamin' Spade, Super Blah. I've seen all of those guys, and I thought that I'd just take a stab at it. I thought I'd just send a Showdown battle to Smogon and maybe get a soft dongle and try it out myself one day. Anyways, that would have to wait until like in the summer, because you can probably tell I'm like 16, I'm 16, I'm still in school. I practically got no time on my hands. This was just a lucky break for me. Anyways, on with the battle. It's an RU match. It has a Siglif, which is the bane of my existence, although he really isn't important at all in this match. As you can see, my team is over there. Yes, we don't get to view them. I have my Scolipede. He sets up hazards and stuff, and if I were to go any longer, I would, without showing you the battle, I probably would pass the 10-minute mark, so, I better get going. Okay. Just hang on a second. Yep, music's off. Okay. Alright, he sends out his Crustle, which is nicknamed You Don't Even Scare Me, which is by far one of the best nicknames I've heard for this Pokemon. Oh yeah, this is my opponent, Bon3air. I have to credit him on the nicknames he's given his Pokemon. But another thing I'm going to have to say is that he doesn't have a channel, so if the GTS would be so kind to try and find it, or just find out if he has one, that would be very, very nice. Or maybe if he sees this battle, I don't know. All I know is that Steve, I believe his name is Magnitude, is gonna see this battle, and he might be interested in granting my request. Anyways, in the battle, we set up our hazards. Really, I should have just set up the Toxic Spikes. And I don't know, maybe I could have gotten lucky with one layer, but no, instead I decided to try and set up all my layers, which I will successfully do, but it will cost me Senor Badass. So I send in the Glass Thwomp to try and spin him away, but then I figured out 3 seconds later something very, very astonishing. An ice type with paper-thin defense can't take Rock Blast. Yes, that was totally new to me. Anyways, so once I realized that tidbit of information, I sent out Dat Horn. Not exactly proud of that nickname, but whatever. And I Rock Blast him. He gets up the rest of his hazards, and I set up my Stealth Rock, since I decided to do it for the hell of it. And I faint the Crustle, but then he sends in his Smoking Green Poliwrath. I then switch into my Feraligatr named Painkiller. I call him that because of the Judas Priest song. Oh god, that's rough. Anyways, I Swords Dance, he Substitute, and really, I expected he was going to be a bulk upset, a sub-bulk upset, but then again, I'm not even sure if that's listed, and I really should have seen Sub-Punch first. That's like the most predictable thing that possibly can happen with most fighting types that are bulky. Anyways, because of that, I send in E.T.'s Best Wishes, and then I go for a Charge Beam. And I'll just explain that I run Charge Beam because it's your best attack that with one move slot boosts and does decent damage. More damage than Seismic Toss, especially with the decent attack stat that this guy attacks. So I just thought I'd try it out. Anyways, what will happen is that I will not hit this guy at all. I will instead go to Wish, and the toxic damage will take him out instead. And then he sends out Hot Fire! And I will protect in order to survive, because I didn't think that I could survive a Fire Blast or whatever this thing may have. And it turns out I can't. But I can survive a hurricane at around full health. And with that said, I do. And I continue to protect stall because I don't want to die from fire blasters. And I was starting to realize here that this was getting me nowhere, except using up protect. So I decided one of these turns it became very clear to me because I tried to use protect and it failed. So I wished and I send out Rhydon to try and tank whatever fire type or flying type move he used and get a wish. Instead, he roosts, which is good because then I can take him out with Rock Blast. And then he sends in his Itchy Lilligant, which will proceed to be poisoned, and then it will use a Lumberry, and then it will force my Rhydon out. It will then Quiver Dance, and I will send in my Drifblim to try and take whatever it has, and then I will use my Chesto Rest Drifblim to rest up and try to get some boosts. Really, this doesn't work. I should have, I'm not sure. Maybe I could have calm-minded or just gone for the straight HP fire. I do run that due to weaknesses on my team. He sends out his Check Yourself, and basically I thought as long as it wasn't Scarf, I'd be fine. But clearly from that bit of footage, you saw it was Scarf. Or maybe it was I'm pretty sure that this guy can outspeed anything but this Scarf out. Absol, once its Unburden is up. Although, one thing I should mention is that I did not realize that at the time, but this guy has no EVs. Absolutely none. So that was a shocking little bit. Anyways, he dies. Check Yourself takes some toxic damage. I send in Dat Horn to try and tank whatever he may throw at me, and he switches out, which does tell me he's Scarf. So he sends in his Peachy Lilligant, and what I'm going to do is obviously switch out, and I'm going to use my Clefable as Death Fodder. And what's going to happen is that he's going to take even more toxic damage. I'm going to survive the Hidden Power Rock, and then I'm going to feint the Lilligant. And so my glass swamp is looking pretty good right now. Anyways, Check Yourself comes in. I realize he probably will take me out with whatever move that this guy gets. And it turns out that move is Superpower. So, yeah. I just sent in Dat Horn as Death Fodder. Now, we were both down to one Pokemon each. And I wondered, could I survive Stealth Rock? Yes, I can! But he takes me out with Stored Power because he's faster. So, yeah, that sucks. But, it was a very fun battle. We both struggled for ground. I figured that this was worth uploading because I honestly just want to see how well of a narration I can make and see if I have any talent for it. And keep in mind, this was used by an unregistered Bandicam and practically Windows Media Player. I do have Pinnacle Studios, but I haven't figured out how to work that shit yet, so, yeah. I just wanted to give this a try, see how I do. Do leave comments. I do appreciate the constructive criticism. Actually, criticism general. And I hope you all enjoyed the battle. Goodbye.